People come to my office and they often ask, I've had a surgery and something's gone wrong. And that doesn't necessarily mean that a doctor has made a mistake or, as we say, deviated from standard of care. But there are a couple of telltale signs that maybe the doctor who did operate on you did make a mistake during the surgery. One of the most common is that an organ other than the organ that they were operating on is injured during the surgery. The best example of that is they go in to remove your gallbladder, and in that process they happen to hurt your intestine and they leave your bowel open. That can be a deviation from standard of care, especially if they didn't know that they injured your bowel and they close you up. You can wind up with infections, you can wind up having future surgeries, a colostomy. That is one of the key factors, was what was injured something that they were operating on or not? A second telltale sign is simply that they left something in you. This shockingly happens more than you would imagine. Things called lap pads and surgical drains that are supposed to come out during surgery. Even whole instruments are sometimes left in patients. If that happens, it can cause extra scarring, it can cause dysfunction, it can lead to multiple follow-on surgeries. And if that has happened to you, that is almost always an indication that there has been surgical malpractice. Finally, oftentimes patients will undergo a surgery that is very extensive and very complicated, and they didn't have a good outcome. And as I said earlier, that's not always an indication that there was malpractice. Unfortunately, sometimes things just go wrong. However, if you go in for a surgery, for example, on your foot, and you come out with numbness in your hand, believe it or not, it happens more than you think. Or a surgery on the heart and now there's liver problems. Anytime there's that kind of difference, almost assuredly there was some type of error made during the surgery. But if you have any questions on any surgery, you should always call an attorney, and again, sooner rather than later, to be sure.